How do you expect people to take you seriously when you wear jeans, a t-shirt, and a hoodie to work every day? And this question is courtesy of Shannon.
Okay, Shannon, wow. So right now, if you're watching this podcast, I am wearing jeans and sneakers and a hoodie, a crisp hoodie, and a crisp shirt, actually, by the way. So how do I expect people to take me seriously? Well, I would say that the main thing for me has always been action speaking louder than words. Like your results are going to dictate whether people take you seriously or not. Not necessarily like whether you're wearing a t-shirt or hoodie when you're coming into the office. Now, I've dressed up, whether we have a big conference, we have workshops or whatever it is, and you've known this, and we met over the years, like I have progressively, not necessarily dressed down, but my wardrobe has become simpler in that every day it's a crisp hoodie, some different colors, right? I got like a red one, a blue one, a purple one, a black one, a white one, whatever. And then under it, I'm wearing a crisp shirt. I'm wearing our brand, right? Whether like this one today says indecisiveness is weakness, but we've got, a whole lot of other ones, and it's just simple and not a whole lot of thought is involved when I'm getting up and getting out in the morning, because that's, one, it's comfortable, but two, it's something that does not occupy a lot of like mental thought, right?
I was just about to say, it's one less decision that you have to make.
Exactly. I mean,
God, you make a ton of decisions every day, Michael.
Constantly. And there's some that are way more impactful than others. So I don't want to, one, waste that mental load. And I'm not trying to sound fancy when I say this or whatever it is. I'm not trying to be like Mark Zuckerberg or one of these Silicon Valley people. It's just like, at the end of the day, what is the most important thing? Is it whether you're wearing a hoodie or like a suit when you're coming to the office, or your results and your consistency and your track record and all these different things? And look, if somebody came into our office and they're wearing jean shorts and a crop top or whatever it is, and they've got incredible results, I'm more interested in hearing what they have to say and what things that they've done and learning from them than I am like in taking, fashion advice from them, whatever that might be. But I would say that there's nothing wrong with dressing up every day when you go into the office. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It's just that's not as important as like being, consistent in your actions, being consistent in your results, having great outcomes. I mean, Mark Lanier, who's on the podcast, like if he shows up to work in a hoodie and sneakers and jeans, no one bats an eye because he's Mark effing Lanier. Sorry, Mark. Because at the end of the day, like he's just a phenomenal trial attorney who's had incredible results and incredible outcomes. He can wear whatever he wants. So focus on, and I've got like 2 young girls, and I would say focus on like your value and the value you provide in this world way more than just what you're going to wear today, because you don't ever want that to fall out of balance, right? And think that, when I was starting out as a business, as a business leader, I remember that, I don't know necessarily that I could show up to a meeting in a hoodie and jeans and someone, professional would take me as seriously, or I could, but then, the real answer to this question is, even if I did and I could do it, I would have to make up so much ground and trust with them before I was even on the same baseline level. So before, I didn't want to make things more difficult for myself. Now, I don't mind overcoming that. So it's not as big of a deal, right? So I can just wear whatever I want. But when you're starting out, it's like, look, if you're going to show up and you're going to be dressed down or whatever, just know that you're going to have to make up some ground and traction with your audience before they may take you seriously, or as seriously as they would if you were dressed in like a suit. So you don't want to make things more difficult for yourself initially, but then once you get to a certain point, as you start to grow, it becomes more down to like you decide what you want to do. You decide what you want to wear. You decide where you want to be, who you want to be with, how you want to spend your time. And for me, it's a function of freedom. And if it makes me feel more comfortable, I'm going to do it. And if you don't like it, you don't have to listen.